Joe's
Fire truck.
fire truck.
As most of you know, engine number one was involved in a crash last week, and we've had the inspector out. I don't know whether they'll be able to repair the truck or not. It's an 82 model fire engine. There's might be some frame damage to it, and if there is, it won't be repairable. I've been talking to Johnny Simonson. We put into service whole engine number 3, and it's a 77 model pumper, and right now it's in for repair. Apparently they haven't gotten the parts to fix it yet. I think there's some seals in the rear end that are bad. In talking to Johnny, he's checked with Brindley Mountain Fire. They're who we've done business with in the past on fire trucks. I know that they just repaired our ladder truck not too very long ago. They currently have a pumper on lease to TK, and that particular truck is coming off of lease pretty quickly. We could get it at a very good price, somewhere between $120,000 to $125,000. Currently, I don't know how many payments we have left on the ladder truck and the fire station, but if there was any way that we could accelerate that and or justify moving some funds around, and we already have the money dedicated that we're paying for the fire truck now.
Only up to the point where they were paid off. It's in the budget. But go
Right.
ahead.
Yeah, well, if we could just go ahead and get that paid off, and it would free up city money, or the money that we could maybe purchase a new fire truck, or purchase that particular truck. I'd have to look into the loan amount to see what we owe on it. If it would be just a matter of moving funds around, I could lose a police car if that would free up enough money to pay off that stuff so we could go ahead and look at getting the fire truck. Those are things that we'd have to look at and get some firm answers to. But we're going to have to do something. We're at a point now that we have the 4-man truck without that 2-seat person. What you're looking at is that big truck getting down some of these roads. We just don't have the ability.
This pumper truck, though, this was a brush truck that was in the accident.
No, that was engine number 1. It was
The best truck we had.
the old pumper.
It wasn't a brush truck.
No, it wasn't a brush truck. It was, I have a picture of it. It's engine number 1.
I went out and looked at it, really, I mean, just looking at it, I don't see why it can't be fixed, but I'm not a mechanic, so.
Well, neither am I.
They are,
And that's why we had,
Right.
the insurance representative was out to take a look at the
Right.
truck. And I don't know that we've gotten a recommendation back from him or not.
What kind of insurance do we have on?
I'd have to-
I'm sorry,
We got full coverage, I mean, it'll pay for it.
comprehensive and-
Comprehensive.
and liability? Okay, so if it were to be totaled out, then there would be some funds coming back then?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
And I have absolutely no ballpark figure on what the liquid amount of that.
Would the liquid, what that truck would be worth, or what we would get back on insurance? No.
Do you have any idea what it was insured for?
I haven't even heard if it's totaled yet or not, is the issue. I don't know.
Does anybody know what it was insured for, what the gross amount?
I don't right off, but do you know, Lord, right off the top of your head, I'd have to look at the policy, too. I've never had a reason to go look for it, but
So it's not an entire loss then, is it? We do have some code, we should be able to, even if it's totaled out,
Yeah.
we should be able to get something done.
And the engine was still running after the accident, so that's always a good sign. but if it's damaged the frame, we may not be able to do anything with the truck. And it's just, we've lost pumping capacity, and we need to make some decisions on what we're gonna do. I mean, I know we're not gonna make a decision to spend $120,000 tonight, but we need to start thinking. You know, we're dealing with a fleet that's almost 24 years old. It was almost 24 years old when I last talked about it. We need a pumper that would be the size of engine number one, a 2-man cab. It's just, you need trucks of varying sizes because of the roads that you have to access. It's like the ladder truck. We can't send the ladder truck on every call because the ladder truck would just be too large to fit down a lot of the roads. And even when you get into the 4-man pumper, you may hit a road that you can't turn it around on. You know, and you get into those situations. But if we can get some numbers on how much is owed on the ladder truck and how much we owe on the building, perhaps I can juggle some money within my police fire budget.
We don't want to lose a police car and tell you
Well,
that.
I know we don't, but if it comes down to offering fire protection,
Well, I know, but we're talking about police protection also,
Yeah.
Joe.
I realize, Mayor, I'm looking at some
Right.
obvious.
It's not like you're losing a truck, cars, it's just you're gonna drive the car a year
You're gonna
longer.
drive the car a year longer,
Yeah,
but, you know, we're not gonna drive this truck.
I know we'll keep several of the police cars in the shop quite a bit.
We do.
Also, you know, on a day-to-day basis, I'm not down there
No,
and
I-
passing through, so.
And I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I would hate
Yeah,
to lose
I mean, I
a
hope we
police
can
car
find funding
also.
some other way besides
we
to
need
interfere
to-
with our police department.
What I'm suggesting is that we need to look at whatever we need to do to retire the debt on the ladder truck and on the fire department itself. And once we retire that debt, then that money that we're spending now, we should be more than compensated for buying a new fire truck. And even if this one is repairable, let's say that we get engine number one fixed, we could still run engine number one, and that 77 pumper could then be retired.
That'd be good. I did talk to the my grant writer,
Mhm.
and she is supposed to be, you know, sending me some information on it. Fire truck grant coming up, so I told her our situation, and, you know, supposed to get right on it, so
Okay.
maybe I'll hear from her within, at least by Monday, to see.
Well, could we have Lori check to see?
We still get all that
And
information.
let's see where we are with that and what we're dealing with. Because I believe that they're due to be paid off this year.
Yeah. So do that. Mhm. Good.
Because this price is, if we were able, let's say, to do this this truck retails somewhere around the $200,000 range. And if we could pick it up, it would be a considerable savings.
You done yet?
I'm done.
I got a question.
I got an answer.
I hope so. I've been approached by some of my constituents about the accident, and I've not been able to give them a knowledgeable answer. And I was wondering if